do they? Ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! I'm going to the house. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this trying to be the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up with chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. So much crying from him. He's a man. They can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's who I get. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go, guys. Let's go. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
No, this game is not over. It's just getting started right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. We are streaming live, kyokradio.org. We're on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Roku. That's right, courtesy of the BS3 network. If you have a Roku streaming device, look for BS3 TV, download it, click on it. You got us right there. And I want to thank Ben Sutter III for allowing KYOK and the lunch break to be a part of Roku and the BS3 network on BS3 TV. All right. It's Throwback Thursday. Got special guests that'll be joining me here shortly. Head coach of the U of H women's basketball team, Coach Ronald Hughey, will be joining. If you saw him when he was on the show before, just an absolute delight. I absolutely loved having him on. One of the best guests I've ever had and interviewed, and I mean in my entire career. And I'll be hitting 40 years next June. Next June, I'll be hitting 40 years in radio. So he'll be joining us as well. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, will be in the talk as well. That will be in the second hour. Got a lot been going on last night. It was a buzzer beater that knocked off the Dallas Mavericks 95-94. Sacramento got the bang at the buzzer for three, and they got the win. Jalen Brunson had a nice night for the Mavs, 25 points, but it came in the loss. The Mavs will visit Sacramento again. That'll be tomorrow, 5 o'clock Central. Spurs in Miami got canceled last night. Postponed due to COVID on the Miami side. Now, the Rockets were scheduled to play and host Miami tomorrow at 6. I don't think that's going to happen, but to be determined. And then New Orleans, that's it. Yeah, I thought I had the New Orleans game, but don't have them queued up. There is no Thursday night football tonight. Everybody will play on Sunday, and, of course, there'll be the Monday night game. Sunday, the Texans will visit the San Francisco 49ers. Still questions about whether or not Jimmy Garoppolo will be healthy enough to start. He's got a torn ligament in his thumb and a chipped bone. He said that he feels like there's a good opportunity he'll start, but, we don't know. He didn't practice, so there's that. And then, of course, the Dallas Cowboys, who still have a solid chance to win the top spot in the NFC. They're going to host Arizona Sunday afternoon at 3:25 Central. And again, they do have a lot on the line. And, of course, New Orleans is going to host Carolina this Sunday at 3:25. New Orleans trying to hang on to their slim playoff hopes. Now, before I take my first break, power rankings, the lunch break power rankings in the NFL. Somebody called me, texted me, and said, you didn't give those out this week. What's up with that? I got them. So let me take this break, and I will come back with the lunch break power rankings in the NFL. We'll do that next right here on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It's Throwback Thursday.
If you have $2,000 or more in credit card debt, then listen up. We can reduce or eliminate your interest rates. Cut your monthly payment up to 50% and stop all late fees. Our company has been helping good people just like you get out of debt for over 30 years. Don't get stressed out. If you have $2,000 or more in credit card debt and medical bills, we can show you a way to reduce all of your bills to one lower monthly payment that you can afford. So again, if you have $2,000 or more in credit card debt and medical bills you can't afford, make this free call today and learn how you can finally get out of debt. Call now for your free consultation. 800-638-7112. 800-638-7112. 800-638-7112. That's 800-638-7112. Sponsored by Credit Card. Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now. 800-472-5145. 800-472-5145. 800-472-5145. That's 800-472-5145.
Are you ready? 2022 is in our view. Pastor Ronald Booker and the Greater St. Matthew Church invite you to New Year's with the Saints, featuring the soulful sounds of Houston's own saxophonist Lloyd Hughes, comedian Dave Lawson. He'll have you falling out in the aisles, and violinist Christy Campbell. Simply amazing. New Year's Eve with the Saints, December 31st at the Greater St. Matthew Church, Southwest, 14919 South Main. Doors open at 8 p.m. As we close out 2021 and usher in 2022, we're expecting God to do great things. Finish strong with strong faith for the new year. It's worth the trip to the Saint for New Year's Eve.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
Hello, this is Gardner.
Lunch break on KYOK. You heard?
All right, y'all, back on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. We are streaming live, kyokradio.org, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Also, you can, I'm sorry, I said Facebook. We're not on Facebook. You can also stream us live, kyokradio.org, kyokradio.org. All right. Coming back, I said from the break, we will do the power rankings for the NFL for the lunch break. Power rankings, NFL for the lunch break. And let me get those to you right now. So, number one team in the NFL right now, you know them. They're up north, Green Bay Packers. Yeah, their quarterback is full of drama. Yeah, he is a drama king and petty as the day is long, but he's got them at 12-3. They are the number one team in the NFL. Number two, a lot of folks tried to bury them early. Don't look now. They're back. They're like the Undertaker when he sits up in the ring. Kansas City, they're at number 2, 11-4. At number 3, I said watch out for the Bays. They're at number 3, Tampa Bay, 11-4. The Dallas Cowboys are right there at 11-4. I got them at number 4. At number 5, the LA Rams. They've been a little bit inconsistent lately, a little up, a little down, but they're still 11-4. I got them at number 5. Tennessee has found a way. I've got them at number 6. They're 10-5. Arizona clinched the playoff spot, but they haven't looked good doing it. I've got them at number 7, 10-5. At number 8, Buffalo. They've gotten back into the top spot in the AFC East. That's where a lot of people thought that they would be. They are there after beating New England. At number 9, don't look now. Nobody wants to play the Indianapolis Colts. The Indianapolis Colts in the first round of the playoffs. Nobody. I've got them at number 9. At number 10, the team everybody loves. A lot of folks crown them as, could it be Tampa Bay and New England in the Super Bowl? New England's fighting to get in the playoffs. I got them at number 10 at 9-6. At number 11, my surprise team from home, the Cincinnati Bengals at number 11, 9-6. Number 12, again, been ugly, especially without Lamar Jackson, but they're still hanging in there. At number 12, I've got Baltimore 8-7. Miami going on a 7-game winning streak. I got to put them up there at number 13. Number 19, number 14. At number 14, the team that just, how do you go out and get beat by Houston the way the Chargers got beat and still have playoff hopes? Like, you should not be allowed to be in the playoffs when you lose to Houston like that. LA Chargers at 14, 8-7. At 15, the team the Texans will play this weekend, the San Francisco 49ers, 8-7. At number 16, the Las Vegas Raiders. Again, Derek Carr, what is going on with Derek Carr with the Raiders? Maybe John Gruden was right. Not to be high on David Carr. I'm just wondering. They're at number 16, 8-7. Philadelphia at 17, 8-7. And then the Pittsburgh Steelers, 7-1. I've got them at number 18. Getting published reports that Ben Roethlisberger is saying this weekend might be his last home game as a member of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He may be ready to call it quits. At number 19, Minnesota. Kirk Cousins, you like that? Got y'all at number 19. Number 20, I know he's had injury problems. I know he's had guys in and out of the lineup. I know he's had COVID. But, man, Baker Mayfield's got them Cleveland Browns down at number 20. They're 7-8. And I'm just sorry, man. I am absolutely sorry. Cleveland with that roster right there, should have been a Super Bowl contender. I'm sorry. I'm not over-exaggerating. I'm not overrating it. Cleveland with that roster on paper and the number 1 picked quarterback in the draft a couple seasons ago should have been a legit Super Bowl contender. I know injuries, AJ, COVID. All right, let's keep making excuses. His wife came out and said he's been getting death threats. Heck, I've gotten death threats on this show. Nobody should get death threats. Nobody. Under any circumstances, nobody should get death threats. But you got to keep playing. You got to ball out. And, man, I'm sorry. Mrs. Mayfield has got to get off social media. She's got to get – nobody's going to be sympathetic to Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland team than the fans. She got to stop, man. She got to stop. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, I digress. Number 21, New Orleans. They're horrible without Jameis Winston. Number 22, Denver, 7-8. 7-8. We now know what's his name? Drew Lock. We now know he ain't the answer. Number 23, Atlanta, 7-8. We talked yesterday to my good friend and special guest yesterday, Don Montgomery, about Matty Ice. I've never called him that. Matt Ryan. Man, he has just not been the same dude since the second half of the Super. I can even say since the fourth quarter of Super Bowl 51 has not been the same dude. Number 24, Washington football team. We now know Taylor Heineke ain't it. 25, Seattle. We now know they about to split up, break up. Man, it's gonna be like when the Commodores broke up. It's gonna be like Walter Orange and the Commodores instead of Lionel Richie and the Commodores when Seattle breaks up. 26, Chicago. They need a new head coach. 27, Carolina. They need a new head coach. 28, Houston, 4-11. They need a whole lot, but head coach ain't the problem. 29, the Jets. They need a new quarterback. 30, the Giants. Both teams in New York, New Jersey are 4-11. Man, woo, wow, that hurts. All right, and then 31, Detroit, 2-12-1, and then Jacksonville down there at the bottom, 2-13. We'll be right back right after this break, right here on the lunch break.
Are you looking to start a business? From side hustles to major business opportunity? Franchise 123 connects franchise buyers with sellers. And we have over 4,000 franchises for you to choose from. In one simple 30-second call, our live agents will sign you up to the platform. This is not a hard sales call either. We give you free access to our database. Yes, free access, no cost. We are the largest online franchise database in the world. You can find 95% of all businesses. Buying a franchise doesn't have to be complicated. We make it easy. And right now, some have no startup fees. You can turn your special skill into a franchise business or go full scale with all the top franchise businesses in the world. Sign up with Franchise 123 now and get your free guide to franchise success now. Call 800-419-5344, 800-419-5344, or text Franchise 123 to 63566. Text Franchise 123 to 63566.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Two radio stations in one.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-253-1892. 800-253-1892. 800-253-1892. That's 800-253-1892.
Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there.
Oh, God.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 a.m. and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
This is Whitney, and you're listening to The Lunch Break on KYOK.
Thank you, Whitney. Right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM, streaming live, KYOKradio.org. Throwback Thursday. Got a special guest going to be joining us here any minute. My good guy, my little brother, Mike Patton, touring the AFC South, said Derek Carr is the only thing working well for the Raiders right now, honestly. I mean, might be right, but, man, he definitely is not that kind of quarterback that can put that team on his back and lead them to the promised land. Because, man, I mean, let's not forget that Kansas City game when they were out there tap dancing on the logo. That was not a Derek Carr special. Keith Hennick, Cleveland needs a real NFL quarterback. I heard some people talking about Baker Mayfield earlier today on Bart and Hahn, a couple of ladies sitting in, doing a great job, by the way. They said, Baker is serviceable. And the best thing Cleveland could do is franchise him, not extend him. And by franchising him, you give him another year. Let's see if he's healthy, what he looks like. Let's get COVID out of the way, see what he looks like. Let's see what he can do with this roster, because where are you getting another quarterback from that is at least as serviceable as Baker or better? Aaron Rodgers ain't going to Cleveland. Russell Wilson's not going to Cleveland. Deshaun Watson's definitely not going to Cleveland. I mean, so it's Baker or who? Case Keenum? Nick Mullins? I mean, who is it? which quarterback coming out of college do you want to replace Baker? That's better than Baker. I get it. But that being said, man, that roster with Baker Mayfield should be a Super Bowl contender, and it's not. And you can't keep overlooking that. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Brother AJ, lunch break is Ferdinand.
Ferdinand, how you doing, man?
Pretty good, yourself?
I'm good. Call of the year 2017. Published reports say your quarterback is telling everybody bye, saying that this weekend might be it.
We don't even have to play. He can leave now. Like I said, no disrespect to Big Ten. You raised all that habit. You got the big contract. You knew last year he went backwards. He lost 4 games almost in a row, and things just didn't pan out. That was the time for him to go all that day because you had 12-4 season. That's not a bad season, but you come in now and give you another try. There's no quarterback that can really on the team can give you half of it, and now you want to just say, okay, I'm giving up. That's not the way to go out as a champion, AJ. So you have to go out fighting. I don't care what the circumstances are. Then sometimes it's in the mentals. And I think that his decisions that he made hadn't been the best. And so therefore, no, don't give up now. Wait till the season. You give everything you have, man, until you have no games to play.
Yeah. I'm just saying, man, and I know Willie Gibson's out there listening. Man, Cleveland has definitely underperformed this season. And I can't put it all on Baker. I got to give head coach Kevin Stefanski and offensive coordinator Kevin Stefanski a lot of that blame. But we can't act like Baker has been a world beater since he's been in the league, man. I'm just saying he's had flashes. I'm about to put a label on Baker that you don't want on you. You don't want this label, and here it is. Baker Mayfield might be the next Andy Dalton.
Well, see, Baker Mayfield was never good from the start. You remember all the situation they had between Coach Baker and the organization? You have to watch how you charge your orders. They wanted the coach down. It was the coach. But now who is it? The coach still not there. It's Baker's still there. They still have the same problem. So I think Baker's overrated. He's giving you all to me that he has. And Cleveland won't make it to they're not going to make it, man. Baker's just not the quarterback for Cleveland. He may be a quarterback for somebody else, but the decision makings that he made on the last week, those were Baker's fault. And so I tell you, when we get closer and closer to those playoff games, some teams turn up, and then the teams that were just supposed to be so good, they're not faring well, AJ.
Yeah, I'll be sure just said, or I'll be sure for real, just said, did you call that man Andy Dalton? Yeah, I did. He's about to be the next Andy Dalton. Remember, everybody thought Andy Dalton was a franchise quarterback for Cincinnati. He helped lead them to the playoffs, 5 times. But what did he do in the playoffs? I mean, he all but disappeared. What did he do when he played big games? He all but disappeared, especially when he played against Houston. So I'm just gonna say, man, Baker Mayfield, I'll give him one more shot. But after this year, if he shows up like he did this year, yep, the next Andy Dalton, there he is.
You may give him a shot in the arm, AJ, with it. That's all about it. Baker, not disrespecting Baker. Baker's just not it, man. He's just not the quarterback a lot of people thought he was. Is he a quarterback? Absolutely. But an amazing quarterback. Baker's not that quarterback. And and the work shows, AJ. So I just hated Cleveland. They was on their way and went wild, but like I say, your decision making as a quarterback. Your coach can coach one way, but AJ, the players have to play another way.
What's crazy, you can look at the AFC North as a kind of like a template. The team that has the best quarterback is in first place in the division. Joe Burrow is the best quarterback in that division. Healthy. Lamar Jackson's out, and Joe Burrow's definitely better than Tyler. His name is Tyler Huntley. He's better than him. He's definitely better than Ben Roethlisberger, and he's better than Baker. So guess what? The team with the best quarterback right now, healthy, is the number one team.
Well, look, the two teams that I see that are consistent and just fighting week to week and don't have any COVID issues or injuries is the Colts and Cincinnati. Consistently playing hard, showing up every week. You know, they're not getting zero. You come to a game to get a zero? I don't get it. That means you haven't prepared the team as a coach, and the players mentally just wasn't ready to play. So you can't come and just don't get no points on the board. I don't get it. Man, get 3 points, but zero. Come on, man. That's just unheard of. So the teams that are strong right now look like, to me, are Cincinnati and the coach. I'm surprised, man, about how the Cardinals have fallen off. You know, they still got a good record, but just not having your weapons means a whole bunch to Colin Mary.
Yeah. I mean, you got a point. Again, looking at these playoff standings right now, number 1 team in the AFC, the Chiefs. Number 2, Tennessee. Number 3, Cincinnati. Number 4, Buffalo. Number 5, Indianapolis. Number 6, New England. Number 7, Miami. On the outside looking in with still a shot, Chargers, Raiders, Ravens, and Steelers. And I guess you can still say Browns and Broncos, but, you know, all kinds of heaven and earth stuff's got to get moved for those teams to get in.
Oh, absolutely. And you still have 2 weeks. Anything can happen. Some teams can win out. Some teams can help teams win. So we really don't know at this point because, man, everything has really been crazy this year. And I've been on the back end of trying to get this team, think this team going to win. They don't win. And so it's been a heck of a season. But I'll leave you with this, AJ, and I'll let you go. John Madden.
Yeah.
John Madden is to football like Dale Hart Sr. was to NASCAR.
Yeah.
They're not replaceable.
Yeah.
Neither of those guys are replaceable. Man, what a life, what a legacy.
Yeah.
And that just goes to show people, AJ, when you help folks down through the years, and God will make your name great.
Yeah. No, I agree with that as you said it, brother. No adding, no taking away from it.
Well, God bless you, AJ. Let's get to these playoffs because, hey, man, it's getting exciting.
Yes, sir. I'm ready for it. Ferdinand, Call of the Year 2017. Good dude. Let me say this real quick. I want New England to lose Sunday. I want Jacksonville to find a way. Jacksonville, if you got any measure of self-respect, if you got any moxie, you know, all these words, people, grit, if you got any, you know, let's rally around, whatever. Jacksonville, I want you to find a way to win Sunday and beat New England. So it can come down to Miami versus New England down in South Beach. If Mac Jones in a must-win game takes New England down to South Beach and beats Miami there with the playoffs on the line, I'll give him all the love in the world. I'll bring some mac and cheese in here and eat it on air. And we got a big sign that says no food in the studio, in the control room. I'll take a hit on the job and eat some macaroni and cheese on air if Mac Jones leads New England down in South Beach to a victory with the playoffs on the line. But I don't think it's going to come down to that. I think New England's going to win. I don't think Miami's going to lose, but it's got to either be Miami or the Raiders have to lose, and I think New England clinches. And who do the Raiders play? The Raiders play the Colts. They'll probably lose. And Miami's got who? Miami. Where'd Miami go? Dolphins. They play the Titans. Mike Patton, I need the Titans to go ahead and drop one, bro. I need the Titans to go ahead and let Miami win. I need the Raiders to rise up on the Colts. And I need Jacksonville to come through. Mike Patton, Jags aren't good. They can have moxie and lose. Don't have enough playmakers. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. Boy, what a difference a few days make. Remember when everybody was excited about Miami having Urban Meyer and Trevor Lawrence and the brother at general manager? Remember, everybody was all, man, hey, watch out for Jacksonville. No, Jacksonville doesn't have a brother at GM, do they? That's Miami. Miami does. But Urban Meyer, Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne. Everybody was hyped. And now what? I mean, I don't know where I'm getting all the wrestling analogies today, but literally I feel like Jacksonville against the New England Patriots, you got no chance. You got no chance. Isn't that the Vince McMahon? Is it Vince or Shane that comes out to, you got no chance? That's ridiculous for a team to be in the NFL and not have a chance. Mike Patton, Titans are trying to clinch the division. He says, I'm rolling with the Titans this week, and I think the Raiders can beat the Colts. You hoping. That's your heart talking. Little brother, that's your heart talking. You know those Raiders can't rock with the Colts. The Raiders couldn't stop the run against Kansas City. The Colts run it. The Colts run it like nobody else's business. Colts ain't going to lose this weekend. Colts ain't going to lose this weekend. But Tennessee better watch out. Them Dolphins coming with some defense. And if I'm not mistaken, your guy is not back to what, week 18? Derrick Henry ain't back to week 18? Keith Hennig, that Urban Meyer hire created a serious mess in Jacksonville. They will be better with an NFL coach. See, I said it yesterday. It is not fair. It is not fair for the Houston Texans to determine the rest of the career for head coach David Culley. It's not fair. So the Texans will, on paper, on film, on whatever, it'll look like head coach David Culley can't coach because of what he did down here in this mess known as the Houston Texans. It's the same thing with Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer should not get to dictate what happens with college football coaches in the NFL again. I mean, Urban Meyer was obviously a bad hire. He came into it wrong. His mindset was wrong from, hiring the strength and conditioning coach that he tried to bring in, to the whole thing with Tim Tebow, to the whole thing with, the way he handled some of the players, kicking the kicker and all of that. Obviously, Urban Meyer, of course, let's not forget instead of flying home with the team, you're out there getting lap dances. But, obviously, Urban Meyer's mindset wasn't right. But that shouldn't reflect negatively on other college football coaches that might do well in the NFL. And I've heard former NFL players, you don't want a college guy because of this. You don't want a college guy because of that. It's not fair that a good possible NFL coach who can make the transition to the NFL gets lumped in with all the other college coaches that didn't work out. It's just not fair. It's just not fair. Let's see. Wentz is in COVID protocol, and no one knows if he's experiencing symptoms or not. Team has not said anything either way about the symptoms or not. Let me tell you something. Carson Wentz going to go see this dude on the counter, not the corner, the counter, and he's going to get him a couple of those rapid reward COVID testing kits that pop up the way you need them to. Yeah, oh boy on the corner, in a steel container for the office. He got those kits that Carson Wentz is going to get him a couple of negative pops, and he's going to hand that to the compliance person for the Colts, and he's going to be out there. He's going to be out there Sunday. He's going to be out there Sunday. Mike Patton. I'm telling you what's going to happen. He's going down to the counter, not the corner, the counter. There's a metal container out there, red metal container, and it's got a little taped up sign, handwritten, that said COVID testing. And old boy going to get him two of them, and what do you need him to say? Negative? Okay, here, take these two. It's going to be like Neo in the Matrix. If you want to stay where you are, use this one. If you want to open your mind, take this one. He'll be out there in the field Sunday. They are not going with, what's that kid out of Texas, UT, Sam Ellinger? They ain't going with him. And if they do, it's going to be like that. It's going to be like that New England game where your boy threw the ball like 3 times. Sam is going to throw the ball like 3 times, and he's going to hand it off to Jonathan Taylor like 59. Here, dog. Here you go. Here you go. He's going to be chasing him downfield trying to hand him the ball. I mean, the game plan will be, you better not throw that ball. I wish you would. Throw it if you will. See what happens. That'll be the game plan if Sam Ellinger is the quarterback this Sunday. Because you do know the Colts have a chance to lock up the AFC South too, right? They ain't out of it. Mike Patton said, I ain't playing with you, AJ. It's going to be an interesting game in Indy Sunday. You're right. You're right. What's up, BS3? The BS3 Network has checked in. Courtesy of the BS3 Network, we are on Roku. That's right. If you don't know what Roku is, you get a streaming device, plug it into your back of your TV in one of the HDMI ports, and download BS3 TV. BS3 TV on the Roku network. And guess what? You'll have us live on your big screen. You'll see more of my beautiful face in the middle of your big screen TV. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting. Just got word Doc Rivers is in the protocol. Doc Rivers with the Philadelphia 76ers is in the protocol. He won't be coaching. Miles Powell, Tyler Johnson, all for the 76ers in the protocol. So we'll see. Let me take a break. I'll come back with more right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. If you want to get in, 281-453-1000 is the number to dial, 281-453-1000. Text me, 832-403-5005, or email me at aj@kyoksports.com, aj@kyoksports.com.
You don't sit behind a desk every day to earn a living. You're out and about making it happen. And sometimes you get a little bit behind on your paperwork, like bookkeeping and paying your taxes. It's easy to get behind in paying your taxes. It happens to the best of us. And you know what happens next. The big bad IRS comes knocking on your door. And when that happens, you need to call the good old boys at the Tax Doctor. Let them do what they do best. Deal and negotiate with the IRS so you pay the lowest you can in back taxes that the law allows. We are a 100% U.S.-based company, and we've saved our clients millions over the years in back taxes. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call my friends right now at the Tax Doctor and learn more.
800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
Are you ready? 2022 is in our view. Pastor Ronald Booker and the Greater St. Matthew Church invite you to New Year's with the Saints, featuring the soulful sounds of Houston's own saxophonist Lloyd Hughes, comedian Dave Lawson. He'll have you falling out on the aisles, and violinist Christy Campbell. Simply amazing. New Year's Eve with the Saints, December 31st at the Greater St. Matthew Church, Southwest, 14919 South Main. Doors open at 8 p.m. As we close out 2021 and usher in 2022, we're expecting God to do great things. Finish strong with strong faith for the new year. It's worth the trip to the Saints for New Year's Eve.
Well, I hope you are enjoying your weekend. Hey, everybody, it's Erica Campbell.
And I'm Griff from Get Up Mornings.
We want to thank you so much for rocking with us every weekday morning.
And after you enjoy your weekend, make sure you start your work week with us.
When you start your day with us, we'll help you get moving and motivated to have the best day ever. Go ahead and say it, Griff.
Best day ever!
So wake up with us. We'll be faith walking,
love talking,
enjoy living on Get Up Mornings.
You're listening to
1140 AM and 92.3 FM, the legendary KYOK.
Do you have high blood pressure or diabetes? Are you over the age of 65 and covered by Medicare? Then pay close attention to this message. Medicare has introduced some new benefits to help consumers during these cautious COVID-19 times. They realize many of you don't want to leave your home to visit a doctor. So now you can get a remote patient monitoring device shipped to your home at little or no cost to you. Now your doctor can identify your problems in real time, which could potentially save your life. Victory Medical can easily ship this monitoring device directly to your home at little or no cost to you. If you have high blood pressure or diabetes and you're covered by Medicare, make this free call right now to see if you qualify for a new remote patient monitoring device. Call now.
800-213-9527. 800-213-9527.
NFL.
800-213-9527. That's 800-213-9527. Attention, those of you looking to go on a fun vacation and see the world.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Today, the
So
U.S.
kind of
dollar is worth even more in other countries. So there's never been a better time to travel outside the USA. The dollar is worth over $1.30 in Canadian dollars. And it's the same for Australia. You can fly there today and have fun and maximize your travel dollar. Your U.S. dollar is worth over $3 in Brazilian reals, and it's worth over $18 in Mexican pesos. Plus, in Argentina, it's worth over $27 in Argentine pesos. Just think of the bargains you'll get. And the way you get the cheapest airfare to any destination is by calling Tickets That Cheap. Save up to 75% on your foreign vacation tickets. Don't wait. Call now. 802-317-1983. 802-317-1983. 802-317-1983. That's 802-317-1983.
It's your boy Trayvon Boyd. You listening to The Lunch Break.
Thank you, T-Bone, T-Boy. Thank you. Back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. All do 92.3 FM, streaming live, KYOKradio.org. Got a lot of folks texting in, tripping on me and the man on the counter. Now don't you go down to the counter. Don't you go. You stay off that counter. Carson Wentz gonna be on that counter though. He going down. He going down. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you. If you don't know, you don't know. And those that know don't say. Those that know don't tell, and those that tell don't know. AJ, well, you just told, but I know though. I'm just telling you what I know. All I know is what I know, and that's all I know. So anyway, it's about to be some interesting games this weekend. About to be some interesting games with major playoff, effects going to happen. Let me see right here. Hang on. I'm trying to jump on these again real quick. Let me look at these games. All right, here we go. This week, Sunday, Kansas City at Cincinnati. That's that's playoff implications right there. Kansas City trying to hold on to that number one spot in the AFC. Tennessee's only a game behind them. Tennessee could get the whole number one spot in the AFC. Not just the AFC South, but all of the AFC. You know, something the Texans ain't never done? Texans are the only team in the AFC South to never go to the AFC Championship game. That's crazy. Jacksonville's been there. Colts have been there. And obviously the Tennessee Titans have been there. That's crazy. So anyway, that's a big game. Cincinnati's still trying to hang on to their top spot in the AFC North. That's a big game. That'll be Sunday at noon. I'm going with Kansas City in that one. I'm going with Kansas City in that one. It's going to be a close one, but I'm going with Kansas City. Then the Raiders at the Colts. We talked about that one. I don't think the Raiders go into Indianapolis and win that game. I just don't. I don't think they come out of Vegas into Indianapolis with the Colts having so much on the line. Carson Wentz or not, I just don't feel like the Raiders will get that one done. I don't. In fact, the Colts are almost a 7-point favorite in that game, even without Carson Wentz. Jacksonville at New England. Jacksonville's not going to beat New England in New England. Let me stop playing. Jacksonville is not going to beat New England in New England. New England is a 2-touchdown and a 2-point conversion favorite in there. 16 points. That's crazy. Jacksonville, man, should be a Shad Khan, be best. Do better, man. Do better. You and your son should be running that organization a lot better than you are. The people of Jacksonville deserve better than what they're getting out of that organization. Like, they cannot miss on this head coach hire. It needs to be somebody like Byron Leftwich. If Pete Carroll leaves Seattle, then he immediately becomes the number one candidate. Doug Peterson is not high on my list. My list, though. But they can't come in with some random. They cannot. They can't come in with a New England disciple. They can't come in with some retread that hadn't been successful. They've got to go somebody like Byron Leftwich or Pete Carroll, somebody like that. They messed that up on them. Miami at Tennessee. The Titans are a 3.5-point favorite. I'm just saying, man, as hot as Miami is, I mean, let's be real. You can put some pressure on Ryan Tannehill. You can make Ryan Tannehill make mistakes. And minus Derrick Henry, Tennessee does not have the same running game that the Colts have. You need a combination of Ryan Tannehill, Brown, Julio when healthy. You need a combination of him and the current running game. But when Derrick Henry's out there, he can take over the game by himself. Ryan Tannehill would just be hand the ball off to Derrick. Keith, I'm with you. I hope Byron doesn't jump into that mess. I hope he doesn't. He deserves a better situation. I'm 100% in agreement with Keith Hennig said Byron Leftwich is not ready to take on that mess. He deserves a better situation. I agree with that. I'm going with the Titans over the Dolphins, but again, I won't be surprised if the Dolphins win it. Texans and the 49ers. 49ers in that one. Cardinals at Dallas. Cowboys are a 6-point favorite in that one, and I'm going to leave that there. I believe the Cowboys win that. I don't know what goes on with Cliff Kingsbury coach teams where they do not play well down the stretch. Mike Patton said Tua cannot make throws on the run, which he will be running with that offensive line. You ain't lying. Now, facts right there. Facts.com right there. You ain't lying right there. All right, Panthers at the Saints. The Panthers are horrible. The Saints desperately need a win. I think that they will have one, if not both of Trevor Siemian and Taysom Hill back, so they don't have to worry about Ian Book, going into a phone booth and coming out as Superman. I mean, his first start in the NFL was a disaster. The Falcons will visit Buffalo. Buffalo wins that one big. The Giants visit the Bears. The Bears win that one. The Buccaneers visit the Jets. The Buccaneers win that one. The Eagles visit Washington. I've got the Eagles in that one, but I've got that one close. I think Washington plays the Eagles close. The Rams at the Ravens. Baltimore got Tyler Huntley off of the COVID list. He's back, but still no Lamar Jackson. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Huntley. What I don't like is the play calling. That 2-point conversion play call that they came up with in a game that they could have won, I just don't like it. And it's not just in Baltimore. Wherever there is a mobile, and I'm going to go and say it, black quarterback, these offensive coordinators don't do a good job of using these guys. They were talking about Trey Lance. And I remember, week 5 when Trey Lance got his first start, they were trying to run Trey Lance up the middle like he's Tim Tebow or somebody. You don't know what you're doing. And I'm not trying to put myself on the same level as an NFL offensive coordinator, but I'm just saying some of these offensive coordinators do not know how to run scheme a mobile black quarterback. They don't. They either try to do too much or they don't give them enough credit. If you're going to let the man throw the ball, give him the whole field to work with, or give him a run-pass option. You don't roll him out to one side of the field and you got all this motion going on, all this movement going on, and you cut off half the field on a 2-point conversion that you must have. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I've got the Rams over Baltimore. I've got the Rams over Baltimore, but I like that kid Huntley. I like him. He's going to be a starter in the league. All right, Mike Patton says the Cardinals are going to upset the Cowboys. All right, Mike. I feel you said it with your chest, too. Sam Darnold is horrible and is starting this week. Saints about to cut up this week. Yeah, Sam Darnold. Anybody that didn't know Sam Darnold was going to be what Sam Darnold was this week, yeah, you didn't want to know. You didn't want to know. If you didn't know that's what this was going to be, you didn't want to know. All right, I think I missed Sybil Wilkes. Let me see. Do I have? Yeah, Sybil Wilkes right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Thursday, December 30th, 2021. We're getting down to it. Number 1. It's an example of making lemonade out of some bad lemons. An historic judicial appointment follows the suspension of a white female judge heard spewing racist epithets while watching home security video footage of a burglary that took place in the family driveway. The Louisiana Supreme Court has appointed Judge Vanessa Harris as Judge Pro Tem to replace Lafayette City Court Judge Michelle Odinette during her leave of absence. Judge Harris is the first African-American judge ever appointed to Louisiana's Lafayette City Court. Cell phone video was released in early December, and several people in the video were heard yelling racist slurs. One of the voices was identified as the now suspended judge. Number 2, last year, Joe Biden was inaugurated as the 46th president of the United States. Biden's presidency has been fraught with struggle and strife, and he's been credited for lots of bad things. Check out some highlights to his presidency in today's newsletter. Number 3, just as Americans and Europeans were eagerly awaiting their most normal holiday season in a couple of years, the Omicron variant has unleashed a fresh round of fear and uncertainty. The National Hockey League suspended its games until after Christmas. Boston plans to require diners, revelers, and shoppers to show proof of vaccination to enter restaurants, bars, and stores. Unable to assess its longer-term consequences, businesses, consumers, and policymakers have struggled to respond to the Omicron threat. Number 4. 2021 has been a year of ups and downs for so many. Contributor and social activist Coy Malone recaps her own experience in today's What You Need to Know newsletter. Number 5. 16-year-old Diamond Brittany Benton Hunter is missing. The African-American girl was last seen at Bard Early High School College Friday, December 3rd. If you or anyone has information about Diamond's disappearance, please contact the Baltimore City Police Department at 410-396-2466 or go to the Black and Missing Foundation website. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. The purpose of friends is to help you get through the highs and the lows of life. Join me today live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central with psychiatrist Dr. Alpha Stewart for a very special episode on getting through these holidays and days beyond. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partners, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and the American Heart Association. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SybilWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.
All right. Thank you very much. There's Sybil Wilkes on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. We're about to hit hour number 2 right here on the legendary KYOK.
Legendary 1140 AM, KYOK Conroe, and 92.3 FM, K2 22CX Houston.
All right, the views and the opinions of all of the radio shows here on KYOK are solely the responsibility of the host, guests, and callers, and do not reflect in any way the opinions of our management team, our sponsors, or any of our advertisers. So I had to get that in there and let you know. All right, it's hour number 2 right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Again, we are streaming live, kyokradio.org. We're also on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Roku TV. That's right, Roku. All you got to do is download BS3 TV on your Roku streaming app, and you'll find us right there. I want to thank Ben Sutter III for allowing us to be a part of the BS3 network. All right, let me get some birthdays real quick. I got a bunch of messages. I knew I was going to get these messages. I'll get to them in a second, but let me hit these birthdays real quick. All right, happy birthday going out to Carnell Dupar, 62. Yolanda Stevens celebrating her birthday along with Reginald Griffin. He's 62. Emily Law, 53. Let's see, Delos Rosselli is 52. What's up, man? Also, Tamara Randall, 45. Candace Cooper celebrating a birthday along with Melanie Thomas Mitchell, MT, 59. Looking good, girl. Sheila Harold Macaron is celebrating a birthday with Harvey House. Harvey is the big 80. Happy birthday to you, sir. Sherika Cook is 38. Sherika Cooks Willis is 38. Her twin sister is also 38. Reginald Johnson, my brother, is celebrating his birthday as well. Let me get some celebrity birthdays on here for you. Man, this is a day of celebrity birthdays where you had some of the best of the best. Sandy Koufax, 7-time MLB All-Star, World Series in 55, 59, 63, and 65, threw a perfect game in 67, Cy Young Award in 63, 65, and 66, and he won the Triple Crown in 63, 65, and 66. He was born on this day back in 1935. Happy birthday, Sandy Koufax. Mel Renfro. Y'all remember Mel, used to play for the Cowboys, 1941. He was born today. Ben Johnson. We thought he was one of the fastest men from Canada, but of course he got disqualified for using steroids way back in 1988. He was born in Jamaica. Tiger Woods, one of the best golfers I've ever seen in my whole entire life, was born on this day back in 1975. 15 majors, 81 PGA Tour titles, 41 European Tour titles. Tiger Woods celebrating a birthday today. My guy from the University of Cincinnati Bearcats had a great run in the NBA. Now his son is running with the Rockets, talking about Kenyon Martin celebrating a birthday. Carson Wentz, I don't know how he got on this list just because it's his birthday. He ain't one of the great ones I was talking about. But then the other one is one of the best basketball players that I've ever seen in my lifetime, none other than LBJ, LeBron James, celebrating his birthday today. He's got NBA championships and all of that. And all of that. I can go on and on and on. His list is long. But LeBron James, Sandy Koufax, Tiger Woods, all on the same day. There's something about December 30th. There's something about you want a superstar, let them be born on December the 30th. Chris Gardner, if they want a superstar, they want him born on December the 30th.
Let them be born on March 14th. You check that out, and then you come back to me with some stuff.
So you trying to tell me March 14th got a better resume than December the 30th?
Other than myself, Steph Curry, Simone Biles, Albert Einstein, Billy Crystal. I can go on and on. So yeah,
you might have it. See, I didn't look outside of sports, but when you throw Albert Einstein, it definitely makes a curve. Definitely. And then you throw you in there, we definitely got a curve.
Like I said, don't include me. Simone Biles, Steph Curry, and Albert Einstein. It's right up there. So
you gonna make me go look at December 13th and see who's rocking with me. I know me and Jamie Foxx got it on lock.
So yeah, check it out, man. We surprised how many famous folks share our birthdays. Yeah,
I got you, man. I got you. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, joining us on the show. We were just talking NFL stuff, but got some breaking news. Doc Rivers in the protocol. He won't be coaching tonight. So, man, this thing is just it's going. They haven't canceled any games yet, but they've certainly postponed quite a few.
I think Denver might be close. Coach Malone has it. If you want a few more players in a protocol now for Denver, so they'll be close if they have enough players to face the Warriors tonight. So we shall see. Would be the 11th postponement in NBA if that happens.
Yeah, last night Spurs and Miami got postponed. The Rockets are scheduled to host Miami tomorrow.
Right.
What are the chances of that game happening?
We'll see. We'll know probably tomorrow morning because it depends on who from Miami comes out of the protocol so they can get to the minimum number of 8.
Yeah. And what's the deal? They're on the road. Didn't they already make it to San Antonio? So they're holding up.
Yeah, I mean, because they're dealing with injuries as well as protocol. So it's a double whammy for them. That's why it's so hard for them to get to the 8.
Yeah. I got you, man. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, joining us for Throwback Thursday. Kind of some surprises the other night. The Rockets shot extremely well. 53% from the field, almost 46% from 3. They forgot to play defense, man. How do you give up? 4 guys had 20 points or more. 2 of them had triple doubles.
And the Rockets are 2-8 in their last 10 games because the defense has taken a siesta. It's really awful. It's been a bad last 10 games. I did it during my Let's Talk Houston Rockets live stream show when they were 2-7 on Sunday with Rocket fans, and I'm adding stuff to it. And I got to get you doing, man. I'm adding slides and visual aids to my live stream so everybody can
do it because you top shelf, bro.
So trying to give. I'm learning as I grow. Continue to do that. But the defense during this losing streak, because it's now I think 5 in a row and 2-10, 2-8 the last 10. They've given up 50% from the floor in I think 6 or 7 of those 10 games, and 40 plus from 3 in about the same number. So their defense is bad. It's playing bad, and the number, another media person brought it up about KPJ. The defense kind of went bad with KPJ being injured, Kevin Porter Jr. being out. It was bad with him for the last few games. So I mean, it's not just him. He may be a good defensive player this year, but he just won. Right. They need other guys to get better on defense. So that's collective effort. They stink on defense right now.
Yeah. Well, now, when the season is going like it's going, there's not a whole lot of people don't realize there's not a whole lot of practice opportunities. So you can tweak, but it's not easy to implement a whole new defensive scheme or something like that. What can they do to get better defensively, in the situation where it is right now?
Try harder. That's first. Defense is effort. That's the first thing. It's effort. Then you got to communicate, talk, because you need to know where your teammates are at all times on defense, especially on the perimeter. You got to know who has your back, where people are supposed to be in defending pick and rolls. All those things are important to be a great defensive team. And the Rockets right now are far from being a good defensive team. They were better during the winning streak, the 7-game streak. Defense was solid.
Right.
It ain't been solid since.
I hate to say, we got Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, joining us on the lunch break. Throwback Thursday. Again, we're on Facebook. I'm sorry, we're not on Facebook. We're on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Roku. Kris, is it because of the youth? Is that where the youth shows up with the want to and the continued determination on defense?
At some point, and real quick, I saw your show on Roku on the BS3, man. I like that.
Do you like it?
So yes, it's a good look. We got to talk about it more because I don't know how often they update your show or how quickly they do it, but it's a good look, brother. So yeah,
I appreciate that, man. And I know, again, I know I only have certain that are stored for people to look back at, but we're on it live every Monday through Friday from 12 to 2. So I really appreciate Ben Sutter III. And I owe you that connection.
So it's a good look and on that. And hey, I want to try to get on that stuff. I'm trying to get Dr. Ville and his Inside the HBCU on Roku or something like that. Got plans for 2022. And so let me before I get to your question again, brother. Sponsors, companies, come on board this train, folks. I'm telling you, we doing big things. Me with AJ's help, with the folks talking sports crew with me, Willie Gibson, Andy Yanez, me and AD Moore doing Texans was inside, the AdMax corner. And then Let's Talk Houston Rockets. Yeah, I'm telling you.
I love that show. And literally when AD asked me to be on it, I'm like, yeah. And then I'm thinking like, okay, what I got to do? Never mind. Yeah, I want to be. Yeah. It's a great, great show. AD is phenomenal, man. I love that.
So 3 different shows. May have other platforms, in the works going forward. But yeah, man. But back to your question about youth and the defense. It's a part of it. But like I said, mentioned Kevin Porter Jr., he's young. He's one of the best defensive players on the team. So it's not just being young. First things first, it's effort. Right. You have to want to keep your man, we're talking NBA, keep your man in front of you. Keep him from out of the paint. And not just trying to, I'm going to get you back on offense when I get the ball. No. I'm going to keep you from scoring. I'm going to make it as hard as I possibly can for you to score. Right. You do that because of going against professionals. They're going to make a lot of shots, but at least make them work for it. Right. That first half against the Lakers, man, it was like a pickup game. It was like an all-star game. It was just back and forth, no defense whatsoever. I mean, it was hard for me because I'm a defensive-minded guy. It made me sick.
Yeah. I got a question for you, a little bit away from the Rockets, but it's about a superstar that's not quite a superstar yet, but you see it all over him, and he plays defense. I want to do that when we come back. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. If you want to get in, 281-453-1000. That's 281-453-1000. Again, it's the lunch break.
$1 or more in credit card debt? Then listen up. We can reduce or eliminate your interest rates. Cut your monthly payment up to 50% and stop all late fees. Our company has been helping good people just like you get out of debt for over 30 years. Don't get stressed out. If you have $2,000 or more in credit card debt and medical bills, we can show you a way to reduce all of your bills to one lower monthly payment that you can afford. So again, if you have $2,000 or more in credit card debt and medical bills you can't afford, make this free call today and learn how you can finally get out of debt.
Hey, brother.
For your free consultation. 800
You gonna remove the tour in the AFC South comment?
Oh, I'm sorry.
800-638-7112.
I don't even know where it is.
That's 800-638-7112. Sponsored by Credit Card. Life can be full of risks.
Tough when you're the engineer and the tapper.
Understood, man. Understood.
If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-472-5145. 800-472-5145. 800-472-5145. That's 800-472-5145.
Are you ready? 2022 is in our view. Pastor Ronald Booker and the Greater St. Matthew Church invite you to New Year's with the Saints, featuring the soulful sounds of Houston's own saxophonist Lloyd Hughes, comedian Dave Lawson. He'll have you falling out in the aisles, and violinist Christy Campbell. Simply amazing. New Year's Eve with the Saints, December 31st at the Greater St. Matthew Church, Southwest, 14919 South Main. Doors open at 8 p.m. As we close out 2021 and usher in 2022, we're expecting God to do great things. Finish strong with strong faith for the new year. It's worth the trip to the Saints for New Year's Eve.
The legendary KYOK, 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
This is Tamara Fuentes.
Taylor Stevens with Chosen Hoops.
And we're at KYOK at the lunch break with AJ Jones, the number one and only.
Yeah.
Hey! You should.
I appreciate Tamara and Teddy, Chosen Hoops, right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, all new 92.3 FM. I got Kris Gardner joining us for Throwback Thursday, as he always does. We appreciate you, man, for doing it. Last night, the Lakers played the Memphis Grizzlies. There's a young man over there, Ja Morant. I'm real tight with a superstar. To me now, there's still only two: LeBron, KD. Stars, yes. Great players, yes. Great players on teams, yes. But Ja Morant has superstar written all over him, and he does it on both ends of the court. What makes Ja that guy, and do you see that in any of the young players like Kevin Porter Jr. or Jalen Green?
Well, Ja's he's built different, you know, and it took him a while, like most young players, most, you know, rookies in the first year in any pro sport, to figure out how they fit in with their teammates, you know, not being too much of a ball hog or not being, you know, the guy, not trying to take over the locker room too soon, all those kind of things. When to become the leader, be the face of a franchise. That's a lot of weight to carry.
Yeah.
So that's part of it. You know, Ja's comfortable in his skin now. The talent has been there. We saw it in college, you know, first question, the level of competition, all those things. But you can see the talent, the skill set was there. He's worked on his three-point shot, which is really one of the major holes in his game, was lacking that. He's improved on that because the handles are there. And one thing about being good on defense is you have to want to play defense.
Yeah.
You have to want to compete on defense. Not all players do that. Not all players want to do that. That's why, and because he was, I'm going back, showing my age, because I'm a Pistons fan, I did not like Michael Jordan. But I respected MJ because he was great on offense and defense.
Yeah.
He didn't slack off on defense, because there are plenty of players in basketball, in the NFL, just one-way players.
Right.
They're great at that. But they don't want to do anything else. They don't, you know. Michael Jordan, it's being elite. That's what makes you elite.
Mm-hmm.
Is doing it on both ends of the floor. Akeem was like that, both ends of the floor. LeBron is like that. KD is like that, especially in the playoffs. When he wants to lock you up on defense, he gonna lock you up.
Yep.
But it's elite. That's what separates elite players from the star players, the great players, and then on down the line to the good players.
Yep.
As far as youngsters, Jalen Green, too young, too skinny, not strong enough yet. He said pre-draft that he wanted to be Defensive Player of the Year this year. That ain't happening. It's a good goal that he said it, but he far from it. He's got to get stronger, more experience, all those things. I think Evan Mobley has that potential. Willie Gibson, if you're listening, if you're watching, has that ability. Cade Cunningham, I'm not sure Cade is athletic enough to do that, but Cade competes on defense.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a start right there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, joining us on the show. I don't think that's a question I ever asked you. I literally argued with several guys about how many superstars there are in the league. I had one former intern that said there's 15. There are 15 superstars in the league. And I'm like, bruh, you got to understand, superstar is not easily passed around. You know, you got star players on their teams, but that don't mean that they would be superstars. So, you know, I even had the next guy after LeBron and Kevin Durant as Kawhi Leonard. I don't have him in that next.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. Not anymore. Because again, that next level of what he was doing in Toronto and down in San Antonio, we haven't seen that Kawhi Leonard anymore. I guess the next guy that would be on the cusp would be Steph Curry. But
no. Got to be Giannis.
Okay, there you go.
Got to be Giannis.
I stand corrected, and I'll take that. Definitely would be Giannis. In fact, I would be close to putting Giannis in there now, because Giannis has done it, and a lot of folks just don't give him the credit for doing it. A lot of folks have the same feeling as James Harden. He tall, he big, he drives to the basket, but we saw a whole different Giannis in the playoff stretch last season. But who do you got? How many do you have superstars?
We can get into the definition, how you want to define it, because that's elite for me. Elite players in the league KD, Giannis, LeBron. And LeBron been in the league, what's this, 17th, 18th year? And he's still at that level.
Right.
Okay. So, I mean, just think about that. He's been elite for a long time. We may not see another player like that for quite a while. Okay. Giannis is in his prime, getting in his prime. So he could be that, have the longevity going forward. But there's not many superstars in the NBA.
Yep.
There's not many elite players because that's what separates them from everybody else. Steph is a very good offensive player.
Yep.
I'm not worried about Steph on defense.
Let me tell you. That's what changed that series against Cleveland when they were up 3-1. When Kyrie Irving and LeBron realized, Kyrie, nobody over there can guard you. Nobody over there can guard you. And he began to abuse Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. Now, I'll give Klay some credit. Klay locked it down that next year and came back a better defender. Still haven't seen that out of Steph.
Agreed. Kyrie, he beat Steph one-on-one numerous times to help that 3-1 comeback for the Cavs championship. But Steph is his frame, his size, there's not many guys that stature, Steph Curry stature, who are going to be great on defense in the NBA.
Yeah.
Just how they're made.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at guys, elite defensive players are like 6'6" and up because they can defend multiple positions.
Yeah.
Going back, the Pippen types, those guys, Jordan, Kobe could do that. That's why Giannis is 6'11", 7 feet tall. LeBron, 6'8", 6'9". KD, 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
But they can guard multiple positions and guard them well.
Right.
And shut down dudes at each position.
Yeah.
That's elite to me. And then get done on offense too, because defense takes work.
Right.
You got to put in work to be great on defense.
Yeah.
And then to go down and still give your team 30 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, whatever you need me to do, I got you.
Yeah.
That's what makes it elite for me. So yeah, it ain't very many.
Yeah. I just posted up touring the AFC South. His name is Mike Patton. Good brother. Good brother. In fact, that'd be a good brother to connect with AD. Mike was saying that there are maybe 5 at the most superstars. I can't get to 5. I can't get to 5.
Mike, give us your 5, or give us your 4. The most at most 5. Give us your. I'm kind of curious to see who he has, because I'd have to think about it. And we're live on the air. There may be somebody we toss out there, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Then think about him, but I'm good with the 3 we got right now.
Yeah, and folks want to give us a lot of different people, but at the end of the day, bro, that elite status is just that. It's an elite status. I got a couple of good friends up in Portland that argue me down about Dame Lillard, and it's like, bro,
nope.
I'm sorry. Nope. I'm sorry. Great player on that team. But
yeah, we got some youngs. He put in Davion Mitchell, elite defender, Draymond Green, elite defender, Rudy Gobert, elite defender.
Yeah,
but they're not elite on both ends of the floor.
Right.
I think Scotty Barnes could be that way, grow into it more time in the league.
Yeah, you talked about that Detroit Bad Boys team. We didn't hear terms like combo players back then. We didn't hear those terms. You played offense and you played defense.
And let me say this, okay? And I am objective. I've become more objective as I've gotten older. So keep that in mind when I say this, okay? And I mentioned it to Willie Gibson because he sent me a clip about a week or so ago. Isaiah Thomas beat Michael Jordan, beat Magic Johnson, beat Larry Bird, okay? I don't know too many other folks who did that. All right.
Yeah.
Bill Laimbeer. I hate him, and he did a lot of things to justify that hate.
Mm-hmm.
But he was the first, in modern era, stretch 5. Okay. Bill Laimbeer shot 3-pointers up the high pick and roll. He did that. Chuck Daly used the small ball lineup? Isaiah, Joe Dumars, Vinnie Johnson. History. Let's look at those 3 things I just said to you. Before y'all talk about, the bad boys, all they did was beat up folks. Well, stretch 5, small ball, beat 3 other Hall of Famers. Y'all got to give them credit.
Yeah. Mike Patton said pretty much what we said. Depends on the criteria. But KD, LeBron, Giannis, and maybe Steph, that's it. And like I said, Steph's shooting is so elite. It's so elite that I'm willing to give him conversation. But when you talk about the totality of his game, it's two, it's three. Yeah. It's LeBron, KD, and Giannis.
And big man Kendrick Perkins, he got numbers to back it up. Stuff in the clutch is not as good / great as y'all think he is.
Yeah.
So look at those numbers, and then so that's another reason why I can't put Steph up there as part of elite.
Yeah.
Let alone his defense, which I'm not, concerned with at all.
Yeah. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, joining us on the lunch break right now on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. There were a whole slate of basketball games canceled last night on the college ranks. Is it because, of course, these are non-conference games and they're not worrying about?
Now we're getting conference play. I got, I think, 2 women's games on the American was canceled. I mean, because this conference play starts basically Saturday for, if not has already. Everybody else starts. Big 12 conference games canceled. The American Big 12 Conference USA with Rice had to cancel a game. Well, postpone, cancel, whatever you want to say right now.
Yeah.
Rice had to postpone a game with North Texas on Saturday. So it's around. The conference play is being impacted now as well.
So and that's what I want to get to, Kris. So conference play, they're postponing and trying to find a way to fit those games in if needed. The non-conference games, they're just flat out canceling those.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. I mean, Prairie View men, their last 2 road games, I think Valparaiso and Northwestern, both those were canceled.
Yeah, TSU and TCU was canceled.
Right.
Somebody was supposed to play Rice. That got canceled as well.
Texas.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Well, Rice, Texas, they classified as postponement. I don't see that game being rescheduled this year. So I'm calling it cancellation. HBU men, Texas, I think, was canceled.
Mm-hmm.
HBU women supposed to play Baylor. Baylor said no, thank you. They played North Texas last night. So just pick and choose. It's everywhere.
Yeah. So that being the case, I mean, we got a lot of time till March, but there's a lot of things that have to happen before March. Do we see some type of modified schedule, number of wins, number of games, what have you, that will allow these teams to either compete in their conference tournament and make their way into the NCAA? How do you see this thing playing out?
I'm waiting for the NCAA basketball committee to announce a minimum requirement of games for teams to have played to be eligible for the tournament. It should be just sometime in January. They got to do it as soon as possible. The conferences have set a minimum conference games played of, I've seen 75% or 80% for games to be counted for seeding purposes for the conference championship, the conference tournament. So it's here. U of H women had to cancel their game yesterday against Southeastern Louisiana. That's their last non-conference game because of COVID within the U of H program. The game will not be rescheduled. But they only have 2 possible windows during their conference schedule of where they have 6 to 7 days off between games.
Okay.
So the question becomes, who else in the conference has that same window?
Yeah.
And chances are it might just be one team. And that one team might not be the team that you need to play.
Right.
So it's going to be hard to do.
Yeah. I got in trouble because on the football side of things for college, when the college football playoff committee said that if one of the 4 teams cannot go, that the other team would be moved to the next round. And I said, yeah, that sounds fine and well right now, but let one of those teams be Alabama or Georgia. There's no way they're going to let Cincinnati walk over Alabama or Michigan walk over Georgia, and you end up with something like that. And, of course, then I got accused of wishing COVID on the Alabama players. Not my point at all. I'm not wishing COVID on anybody. I'm just saying the rules are nice until they hit you in your pocket. That's one thing on every level. The NFL, the NBA, Adam Silver's like, we are not pausing or canceling this season.
Right.
And I mean, it's the same thing with the College Football Playoff Committee. This is their money time. All they do any other time is put out rankings. Now is where the games are actually played, and they make their money to be able to put out those rankings.
Yeah, that statement, announcement, policy by the College Football Playoff folks, it sounded good. They did that to kind of be proactive and say, we made a statement.
Yeah.
Nobody in their right mind believed that if that impacted Alabama and or Georgia, they were going to stick with that. Because later on they said, well, we do have the flexibility to reschedule the championship game until whatever it is, the 14th, whatever. Oh,
right.
Okay, so you give yourself leeway already.
Right.
SWAC play. I'm reading comment about Tennessee State, but going to the SWAC because it's impacting us local teams. SWAC play supposedly will start on Monday, January 3rd. We'll see how many games take place there. We'll see if some of those have to be postponed, pushed back. It's here. It's impacting everyone.
Yeah.
So that's why last Thursday, I was on your show, brother. I said, I'm just waiting for the shoe to drop at U of H. Lo and behold, Saturday is when word leaked out about COVID impacting U of H men's basketball. Then days later, it impacted U of H women's basketball.
Yeah.
That completes the Division I schools in town being impacted with COVID.
Yep.
Rice, TSU, HBU, U of H. St. Thomas, NAIA. If they have it, they will. It's going to impact everybody. Prairie View, everybody's going to be impacted with this. So we got to deal with it and do the best to mitigate it. But also, some folks in conferences need to be proactive. Memphis Tigers in the American, their men's basketball team. I'm not getting into, because it came out, not many of the players, not many at all, have received the vaccine. I'm not going to discuss that part of it. But they had COVID issues on December 18th to force the cancellation of the game against Tennessee. They made the announcement hours before tip-off. So fans had already arrived at the arena for that game, scheduled matchup. The American Athletic Conference still did nothing. The athletic director did nothing. Statement came out on the 20th. We're not changing our policy. It's still going to be a forfeit. Blah, 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 blah. If the team can't have no players, it'll be a forfeit. So on the 23rd, during the folks talking sports, I said, okay, y'all say all these things, but what are y'all going to do when Houston, Cincinnati, Wichita State, Memphis have more COVID issues and don't have enough players to play? Then, days later, U of H men had a COVID issue. That was Saturday. Monday this week, lo and behold, the athletic directors had a meeting in the morning. Oh, we got to change this policy. Yeah, this ain't going to work. We need to change it. And they made that change. Whoa, you couldn't have done that last week after Memphis had issues already? But it took the cash cow, University of Houston, to get hit. Oh, no. We can't have a forfeit, have a loss on the U of H on Kelvin Sampson. Oh, no, can't do that. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Be proactive, not reactive. And I see Jared Woodley, the Wildcat. That's him right there. St. Thomas is Division III. Correct, sir. Thank you for that. Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Man, we got Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, joining us on the lunch break. Got a nice little set going here. It's one thing the way the NBA is handling it. Adam Silver was like all in his chest. We are not canceling games. We are not postponing the season. We're not pausing. We're not shutting it down. Okay, got you. That's one thing. But it's a different thing when it's college. Again, I don't want to hear about NIL. I want to hear about transfer portals. I'm not talking to you. But these kids are not being paid. They're not being paid. There's got to be a more error on the side of the health and safety of the kids in college. You shaking me off already.
No.
Talk to me, Coach. Talk to me.
You are talking like a parent and someone with common sense.
Right.
This ain't got nothing to do with common sense. Okay, this is all about business. College, Division I, college athletics is about money. College football, honestly, I've been surprised, which shows you how impacted some of the football teams have been to cancel their appearances in bowl games.
Yeah.
Okay, so that shows you where that was. It's been 5 or 6 bowl games have been canceled.
Yep.
Money lost, impacted from ESPN on down, whatever network is supposed to broadcast that game, on down. But college basketball, NCAA, let me just, the umbrella, NCAA. Have you heard from Mark Emmert?
At all. At all. None. Nate?
Nothing. Because he wants to leave it up to the conferences, their ADs, to make the decisions and make the determination, basically to hang themselves. You make a decision. It's up to the conferences to do what they want to do, what's best for their conference. Okay, President Emmert, get that money, cash that check, and be quiet. That's what he's done. He's good at that.
It's almost like he's been censured. It's almost like he has been, stricken to say or do anything, and he was barely doing anything in the first place. But the fact that he has not made a statement, written, verbal, posted, tweeted, you name it, he hasn't said a word. Haven't heard from the head man of the entire umbrella institution.
And let me be clear. The NCAA college basketball Division I, that's the tournament, is under the NCAA umbrella. That's the breadwinner for the NCAA.
Right.
Unlike the football.
Unlike college football.
Right. Not football.
Football playoffs. Division II, I'm sorry, FCS is under the umbrella, which
and that's why you have playoffs and stuff like that.
A real playoff, right?
But President Emmert hasn't even made the basic statement of, we are aware of what's going on across the country, and we are leaving the decisions up to the conferences. He hadn't even said that.
Huh.
Nothing milquetoast like that. He's just said nothing. Not a peep.
Well, listen.
Keep cashing no check, my man. Keep cashing no check.
I will say it like this: they got what they paid for. They extended him,
and they're paying him a lot. And see, that's the thing. As Will Gibson pointed out a few times, President Emmert numerous times has been the public face of the NCAA to take the slings and arrows.
Right.
He's not even doing that.
Right.
We're slinging arrows at him right now. And he hadn't said a word.
He ain't even flinched.
Yeah.
Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. When we look at these NBA basketball standings, it's really hard to get a take on anything because of the way COVID is affecting things. The Nets are still on top of the East. The Bulls have gotten in that number 2 spot. Milwaukee, number 3. Miami 4. Cleveland 5. The Sixers are up at number 6. And then you got the Hornets and Wizards, respectively, 7 and 8. It feels about right in spite of COVID, doesn't it, or no?
For now, I think Cleveland's going to probably take a step back with losing Ricky Rubio to the torn ACL for the rest of the season, unless they find a solid replacement for him in that backup point guard role, because he was having a great season.
Absolutely.
And part of that success that the Cavs are doing, playing so well.
Yep.
But one thing we can say, COVID or not, the worst team in the East and the worst team in the NBA is the Detroit Pistons. No question. Orlando's battling for those ping pong balls with them, but the worst team in the NBA is the Detroit Pistons.
Well, they understand the assignment. They understand
exactly.
Yeah.
So the injuries and COVID are just accentuating it, just making it more apparent. Yeah, y'all don't worry about trying to win this year.
Yeah.
don't even try. Y'all can compete. Do all those.
There's a song that says, "God has smiled on me. He's been good to me." Yeah.
So don't overdo it this year.
I keep hearing the Chicago fan base say the Bulls are not getting any respect. I think it is primarily because they didn't get a Christmas Day game. They're at number 2. They're a game behind the Brooklyn Nets. Is Chicago getting it the respect it deserves, or should they be getting more?
Have the playoffs started?
Playoffs?
You fans care about respect in the regular season. Let's see what the team does in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So what? Why do you care about what happens right now?
Yeah.
Because I could remind the Bulls fans, y'all lost to the Rockets. And the Rockets had lost 15 straight before y'all came to town and left with an L. So I could do that. So you want to respect? Okay. win in the playoffs.
Bro,
they have
hard on them, man. Kris.
They have a team that can do things in the playoffs, but respect is earned in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Care about all this other regular season stuff. So what?
Yeah.
You sound like Utah Jazz fans.
I was just getting ready to go there. When I look over at the West, of course, Golden State and Phoenix are tied for the top spot. And there is Utah, 2 games behind those 2 teams. And Utah's doing what Utah does, looking great in the regular season. But it's what happens in June that counts. June that counts.
May and June, playoffs. Talk to me in come playoff time. I still see the Jazz offense clicking. I see that. I also see their perimeter defense still being sorry. I still see that.
Right.
So y'all are relying on Rudy Gobert to cover up all your mistakes. And come playoff time, that's harder and harder to do against better competition.
I got to take a break. When we come back, I want to find out which team you think is going to be most active. We're nowhere near it before the NBA trade deadline. Which team you think will be more active? We got Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, joining us on the show. We'll be right back right after this.
You don't sit behind a desk every day to earn a living. You're out and about making it happen. And sometimes you get a little bit behind on your paperwork, like bookkeeping and paying your taxes. It's easy to get behind on paying your taxes. It happens to the best of us. And you know what happens next. The big bad IRS comes knocking on your door. And when that happens, you need to call the good old boys at the Tax Doctor. Let them do what they do best. Deal and negotiate with the IRS so you pay the lowest you can in back taxes that the law allows. We are a 100% U.S.-based company, and we've saved our clients millions over the years in back taxes. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call my friends right now at the Tax Doctor and learn more.
800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
Are you ready? 2022 is in our view. Pastor Ronald Booker and the Greater St. Matthew Church invite you to New Year's with the Saints, featuring the soulful sounds of Houston's own saxophonist Lloyd Hughes, comedian Dave Lawson. He'll have you falling out on the aisles, and violinist Crispy Campbell. Simply amazing. New Year's Eve with the Saints, December 31st at the Greater St. Matthew Church, Southwest, 14919 South Main. Doors open at 8 p.m. As we close out 2021 and usher in 2022, we're expecting God to do great things. Finish strong with strong faith for the new year. It's worth the trip to the Saints for New Year's Eve.
Well, I hope you are enjoying your weekend. Hey, everybody, it's Erica Campbell.
And I'm Greg from Get Up Mornings.
We want to thank you so much for rocking with us every weekday morning.
And after you enjoy your weekend, make sure you start your work week with us.
When you start your day with us, we'll help you get moving and motivated to have the best day ever. Go ahead, say it, Greg.
Best day ever!
So wake up with us. We'll be faith walking,
love talking,
and joy living on Get Up Mornings.
You're listening to
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
This is Jasmine Ortiz from Baytown, and you're listening to The Lunch Break.
Thank you, Jasmine. Back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Just got some good news. One of our local guys and good friend of ours here on the show, Brian Courtney Wilson, will be on Good Morning America tomorrow. So if you want to check Brian out, it'll be on Good Morning America. It'll be at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 Central. You can check out Brian Courtney Wilson. He'll be performing. I guess they're doing, their pre-New Year's Eve kind of show, what have you. So,
props in real quick, brother, real quick. Couple college basketball notes. I just got 2. One, U of H guard Marcus Sasser had surgery this afternoon on his hairline fracture of his 5th metatarsal on his left foot, pinky toe. Surgery was a success, so good for that.
Good.
But we were talking about Mark Emmert.
Yep.
Jeff Goodman, national basketball writer for Stadium, tweeted out he polled more than 125 head coaches for a Mark Emmert confidence rating. 1 to 10, with 10 being most confident. Okay? Guess the average score.
I'll guess either 3 or 4.
2.3.
Wow.
And
I would have lost the over-under.
And Jeff said 22 coaches actually gave Emmert a 0 rating.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Jeff said also say he followed up. One coach gave Emmert a 10, so he had to make sure that coach understood what he was talking about. But that's college coach's opinion of the president of the NCAA, Mark Emmert. 2.3 average score on a scale 1 to 10 for confidence rating. 2.3. That's another indication of why the National Association of Basketball Coaches are pushing for more autonomy when it comes to making basketball decisions in college.
Yep. And you got Power 5 conferences that are literally talking about leaving the association, which I've been asking for a long time.
So, I mean, there we go, Mr. Emmert. Keep passing those checks.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, get your money. I ain't never mad at somebody for getting their money. Never mad. If they gonna pay that to you, get it. Get it. All right, so trade deadline is in what? February, March?
February 10th.
February 10th. Which teams do you see literally overturning their roster and or lineup by trade deadline? I know it's a broad question, but go ahead and hit me.
Starts with Philly.
Yeah.
It starts with the Sixers, and will Daryl Morey finally do something with Ben Simmons? Trade Ben Simmons, because if he does, and whatever he gets for him, that will impact the rest of the NBA.
Yeah. Because
what if Ben Simmons goes to Cleveland? You know, because he'd be a improvement of Ricky Rubio. You know, but what you could get for Ben Simmons in return? Would your favorite organization, the Boston Celtics, finally blink and make a trade of Jaylen Brown? You know, give up on their duo, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. Will they do that? Well, the Lakers, they're so old and got all these old heads with long-term fat contracts. They don't have a lot of assets, especially young assets, to get something. But will they do something? I think Philly's going to lead the way, and we'll go from there. Because on that scale, a team's going to try in the playoffs, think they need somebody to get them over the hump.
Yeah.
But Philly's going to, I think, be the fulcrum of more moves. Because at the bottom end of the spectrum, there'll be teams like Detroit and the Rockets. Okay, y'all want to give us first-round pick for somebody like Eric Gordon or Jeremy Grant? Okay, yeah, give it here. We'll take that asset. But, you know, that's the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see Philly, Boston, and the Lakers. And again, blue chip franchises doing what you just said. Who do you think will be the least active? Is a team like the Spurs? Are they satisfied with their young roster, young lineup? What about the Mavericks? What would they do? And what's going on in Portland?
I think Portland's going to trade Robert Covington. Last year of his contract. He's now coming off the bench. Get something for him. They're not trading Damian Lillard. I mean, I think a team, they would trade CJ McCollum for the right offer.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't think that's as first on the list of compared to Robert Covington being dealt somewhere. The Spurs, Thaddeus Young, I think will be traded. But, you know, their core is young and talented. I don't know, debate how talented going forward, but it's young and has potential.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're not close enough to being a playoff threat, you know, in my eyes, to be active in trades. The Mavs probably think they are. So they might do something, but it won't be earth-shattering, you know.
Yeah, Keith Hennig, big Spurs fan, leave them as they are. They are young, up and coming.
That's why I said that trade Thaddeus Young, get something in return for him, but he's not part of their young core. So, yeah.
Kris, I got to ask you two things before we wrap it up. Number one, give me a rating on Chauncey Billups and Jason Kidd.
On what scale?
Pick one.
Both have not gotten it done so far.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the name of the game. Chauncey is less of a surprise because he has no previous coaching experience. Jason Kidd, we've seen what he can do, and I'm not surprised that the Mavs are struggling there because, you know, I'm just not sold. J. Kidd is a great head coach. I think he's a better assistant coach.
What do you give any lenience because of the amount of time Luka has missed?
Some.
Okay.
And Luka's also to blame because he's out of shape, overweight.
Mm-hmm.
That's not Jason Kidd's fault. So, you know, that's part of it. And similar with Chauncey in Portland, Dame Lillard, his health issues, that's not Chauncey's fault.
Yeah.
But, you know, of the two, because J. Kidd has previous head coaching experience, I think he's has a lower grade because he should know better by now.
Yeah. Give me your best John Madden moment. I know it's a different sport, but John did so much, period.
Back when the NFC East was the best division in the NFL, period, end of discussion, was not even a question. Back when my team was worth more than a plug nickel, the Washington football team, when they had an owner who knew what he was doing, unlike the current owner who was inept, and I'm waiting for him to leave, sell the team before I have any more allegiance to that franchise. Pick a John Madden moment, because I don't want to misspeak, because I'm pretty sure, I don't know, Pat Summerall was on it, but it had to be a Cowboys game against the Washington football team, and just John Madden talking about the RFK Stadium bounced up and down, or something like that. You know, something like that. I'm not sure if it was John Madden, but it's got to be an NFC East moment. Got to be.
Yeah. And obviously, I got to do my top 10 best sports moments of 2021 tomorrow, and I'm all over the place, man. I'm all over the place. Give me one or two of yours.
Cougs making Final Four. The run to the Final Four is up there for sure for me. You know, I guess getting the NCAA tournament, the men's basketball and women's basketball done, getting it completed.
Yeah.
Both sides, you know, both the bubbles. San Antonio on the women's side and Indy on the men's side. That has to be up there as well.
Yeah.
That's it for me basketball wise. You know, Stanford winning it all. And Adia Barnes, Arizona, the great job she did. So all my stuff will probably be basketball related.
Oh, absolutely. That's
but
why
let me say this. You got to do the date, because I don't know when it is, the exact date. But for me personally, is becoming a regular on the lunch break.
Oh,
that's
man.
my moment 2021 right there, because that inspired me to do Folks Talking Sports. This is where I met Willie Gibson. So you're up there. You and the faith you showed in me, because honestly, most other folks in town lost faith in me and stopped talking to me, lost my number or whatever the hell. But you being part of the lunch break crew, that's my top moment 21.
Brother, let me tell you something, man. I am so blessed by our brotherhood, our friendship, and you know, it goes beyond our time on Thursdays. I value you, I appreciate you, and I value the connections that you've given me. So thank you, man. I'm glad for whatever reason the stars aligned right, and we were able to get it done this year, and we will keep it going. So thank you, man.
Appreciate it, man, as always.
Well, brother, go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you, follow you, and keep up with Houston Roundball Review.
Thank you for that. And I'm KG Kris Gardner of the Houston Roundball Review. Houston Roundball Review on Instagram, Houston Roundball Review on YouTube. Website there is also thehrr.com, as well as HoustonRoundballReview.com. Twitter, some of y'all say the HR Review on Twitter. Streaming show, Folks Talking Sports, as well as Let's Talk Houston Rockets are available on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. The Folks Talking Sports had a great show last night. If you missed it, go to either Twitter, Folks Talk Sports Twitter account, because become a subscriber to that, Folks Talk Sports Twitter, because you get updates about when our show is going to be and links. And Andy Yanez does a great job of providing clips of the show for you to see, give little teasers to watch the full show. Folks Talk Sports, that's our Twitter account for that. Big things going forward. Houston Roundball Review been around since 1994. Because of this man right here, the phrase has evolved into local name, global perspective.
I love it, brother. That's who you are. That's who you are. Appreciate you, Kris, man. Hey, bless 2021, rest of the time we have here. And I'm praying 2022 comes in with a good bang for you, man, and all that you're trying to do.
Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you soon. All right, we got to get ready to wrap it up. Of course, we've got Sybil Wilkes and What You Need to Know. We've got the Donnie McClurkin Show. And let me hit these birthdays one more time. Got some good people celebrating birthdays. I want to make sure we give some love to Carnell Dupar, 62. Yolanda Stevens celebrating her birthday with Reginald Griffith. Reginald Griffin is 62 years young. Emily Law celebrating her 53rd. Thalos Rosalie is 52. Tamara Randall is a lovely 45. Candace Cooper, hey Candace, she's celebrating a birthday along with Melanie Thomas Mitchell. I call her MT. She is a worshiping woman, man. She's 59. She looks 29. Sheila Harold Macaron is celebrating her birthday along with Harvey House. He's 80 years young today. Happy birthday to you, Mr. House. Sherika Cooks Willis is 38 along with her twin sister. Reginald Johnson is also celebrating his birthday today. And then, as I said before, on these celebrity birthdays, some of the best. You got Sandy Koufax, Mel Renfro, formerly of the Cowboys. Ben Johnson used to be a world-class sprinter until he got disqualified for them roids. Tiger Woods, Kenyon Martin, LeBron James, and Carson Wentz. All right, y'all. Listen, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I absolutely love you. There is nothing you can do about it. Let me get Sybil Wilkes on to take us home. Y'all take care. Be blessed.
It's Sybil Wilkes with What You Need to Know. Today is Thursday, December 30th, 2021. We're getting down to it. Number 1. It's an example of making lemonade out of some bad lemons. An historic judicial appointment follows the suspension of a white female judge heard spewing racist epithets while watching home security video footage of a burglary that took place in the family driveway. The Louisiana Supreme Court has appointed Judge Vanessa Harris as Judge Pro Tem to replace Lafayette City Court Judge Michelle Odinette during her leave of absence. Judge Harris is the first African-American judge ever appointed to Louisiana's Lafayette City Court. Cell phone video was released in early December, and several people in the video were heard yelling racist slurs. One of the voices was identified as the now suspended judge. Number 2, last year, Joe Biden was inaugurated as the 46th president of the United States. Biden's presidency has been fraught with struggle and strife, and he's been credited for lots of bad things. Check out some highlights to his presidency in today's newsletter. Number 3, just as Americans and Europeans were eagerly awaiting their most normal holiday season in a couple of years, the Omicron variant has unleashed a fresh round of fear and uncertainty. The National Hockey League suspended its games until after Christmas. Boston plans to require diners, revelers, and shoppers to show proof of vaccination to enter restaurants, bars, and stores. Unable to assess its longer-term consequences, businesses, consumers, and policymakers have struggled to respond to the Omicron threat. Number 4. 2021 has been a year of ups and downs for so many. Contributor and social activist Coy Malone recaps her own experience in today's What You Need to Know newsletter. Number 5. 16-year-old Diamond Brittany Benton Hunter is missing. The African-American girl was last seen at Bard Early High School College Friday, December 3rd. If you or anyone has information about Diamond's disappearance, please contact the Baltimore City Police Department at 410-396-2466 or go to the Black and Missing Foundation website. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. The purpose of friends is to help you get through the highs and the lows of life. Join me to 410-396-2466 or go to the Black and Missing Foundation website.
1140 AM, KYOK Conroe, and 92.3 FM, K222CX Houston. Are you ready?
All right, y'all. I really hope y'all enjoyed the show. I truly enjoyed our special guest. Sorry that Coach Hughey couldn't make it. He's dealing with a very fluid situation over there at U of H as the women have been hit by COVID-19. We'll definitely have him back on at another time. I want to thank Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. I want to thank Mike Patton from touring the AFC South. And I want to thank all the viewers, all the listeners, and definitely want to thank BS3 Network. The BS3 Network, BS3 TV on Roku is a game changer. It is a game changer. So y'all be sure and check it out. If you got the Roku streaming device, download BS3 TV and check out all the shows in the family of networks. So as always, y'all, not this, definitely this. I look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. Lord say the same. Y'all take care.